Who here loves a good horror novel? With movies becoming the main form of entertainment, people tend to stop reading horror books, and instead they just rely on movies to get a good scare from. But there's something about horror books that personally makes me more scared. I guess it's because I'm putting myself in the character's shoes and imagining myself in that circumstance, as opposed to just watching the character go through it. Hey, hi, hello, what's up, what's going on, how are y'all doing? I'm doing great, and I hope y'all are too. Welcome back to Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 5 scariest horror books that will change you. Before we begin, let me know in the comments below if you prefer reading horror books or watching horror movies. And with that being said, let's dive into my list. Now just a little disclaimer, I'm not trying to give away many spoilers for these books, just in case you decide that you want to read these books after watching this video. Alright, in our 5th spot we have The Call. This is a suspenseful fantasy fiction book published in 2016. This novel surrounds a world where every teen at one point in their life is transported to a Greyland. Doesn't seem that scary, right? Wrong. Well, when they reappear to their world, 9 out of 10 children return dead. And the few survivors that come back are disfigured or mentally and physically scarred. It is said that 3 minutes and 4 seconds is the amount of time that they vanish and then reappear. But to them, it's a whole 24 hours in this gray area. This novel surrounds the main character Nessa, who is trying to do everything she can to survive when she is called, although she is permanently on crutches due to polio. When you are transported to this land, you have to fight for your life against terrifying creatures whose main goal is to torture and kill you. There's kind of like a Hunger Games vibe to this book, except for it's not just a couple people from each district that get enlisted like in the Hunger Games. Instead, every teen has to go through it at any random moment. Now this Greyland is completely colorless. The grass will slice your feet and the trees will slice you open or rip off your skin. And the creatures want to disfigure you. If that's not scary already, here is a quote from the novel. "The pain is the most intense the boy has ever known. So bad that it drives him to his knees. His eyes roll in his skull, and he dislocates his own jaw in his efforts to scream. And the day he pinches off the arms like lengths of putty before grabbing him by the knees and working the same horrible miracle." That's truly horrific. Coming in at number 4, we have The Troop. The Troop is a 2014 novel about a troop of boys going on a 3-day camping trip. Now, I wish that this novel was more lighthearted, like with the troops having a good time, maybe roasting a couple marshmallows, but it's way darker than that. Now, in this book, the Scoutmaster, Tim Riggs, leads a group of 5 teen boys to the Canadian wilderness. Apparently, this was a tradition for the group. However, things start to take a twist soon. While on this trip, they encountered a thin, very pale man. This man is eerily sick and gaunt and even coughs up slime. Upon cutting the man open, a giant worm slithers out. This worm then latches onto another boy and infects them. This novel continues with a troop of boys struggling for survival among this deadly bioengineered infestation. Even Stephen King left a review saying, "The Troop scared the hell out of me, and I couldn't put it down." This is old school horror at its best. I mean, if the horror thriller writer Stephen King himself got spooked during this one, dang, good luck to you. This novel is fairly gory and psychologically scary. Although worms may seem like harmless creatures, in this book they are re-engineered for weaponization to infect and take control of the host's body. Sounds pretty terrifying to me. Next up at number 3 we have Naomi's Room. Now this novel was released in 1991. This novel surrounds a family whose 4-year-old daughter Naomi was kidnapped from a department store on Christmas Eve. She is eventually found dead with her bloody clothes and body found in an alleyway. Throughout this book, as you try to figure out what happened to Naomi, more people get killed along the way and more puzzling and scary things happen to Naomi's dad. Some scary events that they encounter are hearing footsteps in the attic, hearing whispers, or even seeing faces at the attic window. Then you even have a reporter that shows up and tells the family who they think is haunting them, and it can even be seen in vacation photos. So creepy. Here is a quote from the book. "Something is coming down the stairs. It is very slow, and I think it stops and listens every step or so. If I hold my breath and wait, I can almost hear it breathing. Please God, help me get through this. Help me get through tonight at least." This book does an amazing job at filling the reader's head with terrifying images when they read, definitely making it harder for them to sleep at night. It becomes even scarier when you find out the backstory of the house, and it will even make you wish that you never had an attic in your house. Moving on to number 2, we have the Amityville Horror. Amityville Horror is a 1977 novel written by Jay Anson. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of the Amityville hauntings before. In fact, there are several movies based on them. Well, this book is about the true experiences that the Lutz family have experienced. I think that's the main reason why it's so terrifying, because it's based on true claims from the family. Now, some people believe that the paranormal experiences that this family state are just made up, but either way, this book is bone-chilling. However, it is about the real-life story of Ronald DeFeo Jr., who shot and killed his family of 6 in their family home. After that, the Lutz family moved into this home and were terrorized by paranormal hauntings. The book describes some of the nerve-wracking things the family has experienced, such as George waking up at 3:15 every morning, which later they discovered was the time that Ronald killed his family. The book even talks about a small hidden room with walls that are entirely red, and it wasn't even on the original blueprints too, and they say that it just gave off an ominous vibe. Or even the fact that George said he saw his wife transform into a 9-year-old woman with tons of wrinkles and saliva dripping from her toothless mouth. Whether these accounts are real or not, this book will surely get to you. And in our number 1 spot, we have the book titled Intercepts. Intercepts is a 2019 psychological thriller novel written by T.J. Payne. This novel surrounds Joe, a man who works at a government facility that performs human experimentations. Things start to shift in Joe's life when these experiments start to go wrong and starts to seep into Joe's personal life. In fact, Joe's daughter Riley starts to have hallucinations like seeing a woman tearing her own skin off her face. This book doesn't stop there. It is filled with other terrifying visuals and gory details. It is definitely a mind bender, and I think the main reason it instills so much fear in individuals is due to the fact that we truly don't know what the government is up to. Like, we don't know if they're current human test subjects. I think the whole government conspiracy really adds on to the creep factor of this book. And in this book, the government is doing these tests to unlock abilities in the human mind. I mean, the government has been found guilty of doing inhumane tests in the past, such as in the 1940s, 11 employees were injected with malaria and then starved for 5 days, or when the US government in 1993 tested mustard gas and other chemicals on American troops. That is definitely a main reason why the book is so unnerving. And then you have the more supernatural aspect to it as well, from Joe and Riley's point of view, which seems like a haunting that is driving people insane. This fills them with terrible visions and hallucinations. As a result, it makes you almost feel like you're hallucinating too. This is definitely a thought-provoking book which does not have the happiest ending, so be warned. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. In fact, leave a comment down below telling me the scariest horror book you have read. And as always, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any video from Top 5. Bye!